Good morning, this is David Satterfield, General Manager, Murphy's Industrial Complex, LLC at 969 Highway 4, Murphy's, California, Building F. Previous tenant, Nourish Feed and Supply, whose last day of the lease was November 1st. Yesterday, November 2nd, they were still taking property out of the building and retained possession of the property for one additional day at a charge of $50 per day per market value. Today is November 3rd at approximately 10 o'clock in the morning, and we'll be doing a tour of the exterior with emphasis on the yard area. You could see that they didn't rake up any of their hay. They just left it scattered about the yard here. Never bothered to weed eat or pull their weeds or anything like that. You can see down here their yard space goes all the way down to that telephone pole. Direct line of sight from the telephone pole there to the middle of the access gates right in there. So didn't bother picking up any of their excess hay. They've got piles of it here. Just left it scattered about. Never bothered to weed eat back here, which is not entirely their fault. I do take responsibility for not making sure that that was done, and the other tenant hasn't done it either. But they did leave all their hay back here all summer in these heaps after I gave them notice and asked them personally to rake some of it up. I understand as a feed store you're going to have some hay, that wasn't a problem, but big piles and it being scattered here up against dry grass, and a lot back there that doesn't belong to us, that's just dry grass, butting up to personal properties such as vehicles, propane tanks, buildings, stuff like that, was just a fire hazard. That was during the rim fire in Tuolumne County, so asked these guys to clean this up. They never did. They left behind all these little pots right here, and then shavings from putting down in cages and whatnot. So left a pile of that there. Just dumped out soil here. Left a potted tree here. Packing material. Little pots there. Probably a hose that wasn't theirs, but it's back here. This is some packing material they get on some pallets. Pile of animal feces. Watering trough or a storage bin, whatever that is, and then a tub. I don't know where that came from. A little bug sprayer and pot there. Left all their dog poo-poo all over the floor of the hay beds here. Just let their dog go back here and never bothered cleaning it up, which again is not a big deal, but it just kind of shows that they just had no respect for the property and vacated the property without cleaning any of this up. Now we're behind their building. You see they left chicken wire. This animal enclosure has been here for quite some time, but they didn't bother again cleaning up the hay back here. They took down this chicken wire here and just left it in rolls, never bothered putting it back up. I don't know where this glass came from, but it's reasonable to assume that that would not go into a animal enclosure. And they did have a dog kennel here, and here's half of another dog kennel. I think they had some chickens back here too, maybe. Again, all of it's fine. I'm not expecting big time cleanup or improvements back here, but this broken glass, you'll see in the previous videos and photographs, wasn't broken back here. It broke either by accident or intentional. It doesn't really matter, but the point is that it's broke and wasn't cleaned up, just left back here as a hazard. And again, it just wouldn't be reasonable to have a sheet of glass back here and an animal enclosure. So I don't know where it came from or how it got broke up. Swamp coolers back here all seem to be intact, and to our understanding we're in working order, but we actually don't own them. They were abandoned here by previous tenants, so they remain attached to the building, but Nourish Feed Supply did have them serviced by Angel Sheet Metal, I believe. So they remain a part of the property here. However, we don't maintain them as not being a major mechanical piece of equipment. See the hole up there where they vented out the heater that they stole, the propane furnace heater that hung from the ceiling in there, plumbed in with liquid propane that came from the tank there. You can see right here, this is the propane plumbing that comes up and into the building, and then on the inside wall right there is where they relocated the propane furnace, and now it's gone. And Ryan admitted to me on the phone that he took it from the premises. Over here on the exterior wall, still their green overspray paint from painting their shelves a year ago. I know it's hard to see in this lighting, but all up and down the side of the building here, green overspray paint. Again, you can see it on the ground here, all this green, which I don't care about it on the ground, but I didn't want it all sprayed up against the side of the building there. This door right here was fully operable when they moved in, and now it's non-operable. And again, we've already shot this in previous videos, but you can see where somebody has jammed something in there, a screwdriver or a knife or something like that, and it's been busted. But even from the inside, it will not unlock and will not open. There's the vent hole that they covered up just recently from where the heater was initially. Coming to the front of the building here, again, never bothered to clean up any of the hay out here. Even hay that has scattered to other parts of the yard and premises. And then here remains the vehicle impact marks on the roll-up door. These two occurred in July. This one right here, July. This is September. This is pretty recent, I believe. And then up here, about 7 feet up, this right here is recent. And then this right here occurred right here, and right here occurred in August, I believe. So still refuse to talk to us at all about how they want to handle that. That's a result of the forklift impacting the door and Dennis Pawnee's hay truck impacting the door when it was rolled up. And we've already shot a separate video explaining how that was happening. But the door rolls up to the top, they bring the truck in underweight with the hay, offload the hay. It raises the back of the truck, and when they pull out, it scrapes the door up there at the top. Again, I already shot this too, but just another reflection of the caliber of people that these people are. They shoveled horse doo-doo right into the flower bed that they never took care of, even as a nursery. They had a 5-foot weed growing right here. So never bothered to take care of the front of the place, really. But he did pick some of it out, but it's not fertilizer. It's not beneficial at all, because I'm not going to have my wife come down here and put her hands in horse doo-doo to plant a new planter box. I'm not going to have my mom come down there and do it either. So it's just shoveled horse crap right into the planter box. It's just ridiculous. Glass windows all seem operable and intact. The doors operable and intact. This is the double deadbolt that they changed out. They gave us a key for it yesterday, only one, and I know the deadbolts always come with 2 keys, so we know that they retain a key to the deadbolt, but they changed that out about a month ago, so we could not have access into the lease premises, which violates their lease agreement, and it's just plain ridiculous. And the rest of the building all seems to be intact and undamaged, recently at least. No damage or anything like that. A driveway all seems to be excuse me, in the same condition, with the exception of the driveway here that they tore up with a forklift, and we finally came in with gravel and knocked down the high edges and put a half cubic yard of gravel down to kind of mitigate some risk and make it look a little bit better. I think that's it for the exterior tour. I got a project going on over there, and the rest, you can see their carriage is still out there with the sign that belongs to them, but everything else remains pretty much the same and undamaged.